on, cigar world? What's going on, cigar enthusiasts? This is Jack, the cigar enthusiast, and I'm back with another video. Before we get started, smash on that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. Also, comment below if you have any questions or concerns about anything I say in this video so I can further explain. With that being said, today we're talking about Plume and mold and how mold is actually created in a cigar. With that being said, let's strap in, buckle up, and let's go.
Pull up in motor cat.
We're smoking on a Julius Caesar Toro number 4. This is a 6x52 ring gauge cigar. Great cigar, has some great notes on it. If you want to learn more about it, go follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Dapper D Cigars and click on the picture that looks just like it and it has some great notes on it. With that being said, today we're going over a topic that I think we all should understand. And it was a topic that was really brought to my attention from one of the cigar groups I'm in on Facebook called Cigar Talk. And the owner of that group, Dion, reached out during our virtual smoke deck and was like, hey Jack, if you can explain this would be great. Well, I explained it in the Zoom call, but I also wanted to kind of get in depth on it on this platform so we can really understand for everybody's take on it. The difference between mold and Plume. But first, before we understand the actual difference between the two, we have to first understand how is mold created and how is Plume created. And that is really going to allow us to choose or understand, for that matter, what is more important and how this stuff is produced. So one of the things that we first got to understand is mold. How is mold created on cigars? Mold is created, it's simple. You have some water or moisture in the same area wherever your cigars are being stored. What I'm saying is when you don't control the amount of moisture that goes into your humidor or the residual distilled water that you may put into your humidification products that comes with your humidor, it really brings up this moisture, and once that moisture gets on the stick, it's going to create mold. Why? Because the humidity is so high, as well as the temperature, and it's just a perfect incubator for mold. One of the things that I tend to tell people when they get new humidors is to throw the little humidification thing that's inside that comes with it away. And I say throw it away simply due to the fact is once you put water in there, you put it at the ceiling of your humidor, when you close that lid, it's going to drip. I don't know why they do it. It's supposed to be a sponge underneath, just like a water pillow or something of that nature, that it soaks in that water and releases as need be to maintain the humidity and the temperature in the actual humidor. But it does not work like that. For some apparent reason, they're stupid. So I typically say throw them away, because once you put them on the top, they drip this water down. When they drip that water down, what is it dripping on? Your sticks. And if you're one of those people that are anti-cellophane, then now you have a problem where almost 9 times out of 10 your humidor is going to produce moldy cigars. Why? Because that water has hit those cigars. One of those people that is anti-cellophane, then now you run a risk that now all that water that drips down is going to soak up into your cigars, which over time is going to create mold. Now, how do you mitigate that, Jack? And we're going to hit this really quick. What I do is, no matter the size of the humidor, no matter what kind of humidor you have, take a shot glass, fill it up with distilled water. Every single humidor comes with a divider. Take that divider all the way to one side, put your shot glass right there, and let it do what it do. It's going to soak up, it's going to dissolve based on what that humidor needs in order to maintain that 70-70 perfection of your humidor. And if you don't have that type of problem situation, one thing that's probably has happened is you had a cigar that already had light presentation of mold on it and you didn't know. You put it in your humidor and it just spreads. That's what mold do. It spreads. With that being said, understanding mold is everything to understanding Plume. Now, one thing about mold, before we get into the Plume part, is mold is going to spread rapidly. And it's going to spread in two places, okay? Here is going to get really thick around your tip, right? And then here on your actual tobacco, have you ever looked in your cigar and you see all the tobacco from the binder, the filler, and all that tightly rolled in there? Inside of each one of those, you will see like this fuzzy white stuff start to form inside the actual cigar. What is happening is your cigar is molding and it's spreading throughout your cigar. And when it gets here, this is a kind of a control zone, for that matter, if you want to label it that allows the mold to really sit here and typically be untouched. Now, understanding mold helps us understand Plume. What is Plume? Plume is the oils exfoliating out of the wrapper, or the oils from the binder, the filler, and the wrapper exfoliating out of the actual cigar. And what is happening is you typically let that cigar age for a while, and now it's a perfect time to smoke the cigar because you're getting every single robust flavor that goes into that cigar, all like a fireworks moment. What is happening is, again, those oils is exfoliating out of that cigar, and it's really becoming rich. The tobacco, the flavors are really becoming rich, and this is when you really want to smoke a cigar. Want to get the best experience of a cigar. Put it in your humidor, let it age, let it produce Plume, and I promise you, there will be no disappointment there. Now, what is Plume? Plume is very similar to mold, but there are things that is evident when you're dealing with Plume. Plume is not going to spread in a ridiculous magnitude and cover the circumference or an area of your cigar. If you have that, that is mold. What's going to happen, you're going to have little white specks. Little white specks that kind of looks like baby cotton, but it's really not. But it's going to form on the top of your cigar, as well as in the mouthpiece area. Again, the biggest differential piece is it's not going to cover in a large magnitude. And another thing is, Plume is never going to form at the tip of your cigar inside the tobacco. Again, it's the flavors coming out of the wrapper. So where it's going to form is on top of the actual wrapper, and it's going to be little specks throughout. I haven't made it any clearer up to this point. The perfect time to smoke a cigar is when Plume is visible. Plume is visible. It's not going to kill you. It's not nothing wrong with the cigar. That is what it's supposed to do. If you let a cigar age long enough, you're going to have Plume. And that is when you want to see it. Even for my Cubans, I let them age until I see Plume because I know that is a perfect time to smoke it. And I know everybody is asking a question. Now, can I smoke a cigar if it has presented mold? This is a very, very opinionated response. This is honestly my opinion on it. What I would do is, if I see it forming up right here, as soon as I catch it, I'm going to cut the tip off until I get to a part where it's not any mold at. On the tip, I don't really care about that. All I'm going to do is wipe it off. I'm going to smoke it. Now for Plume, I'm not going to do any of that. I can wipe off the Plume if you're kind of like some type of something in your head that said, ew, this is nasty. Wipe off the Plume and just light the cigar. I promise you're going to have great burn. You're going to have robust flavors. You're going to have everything going perfect with this cigar. With that being said, I'm Jack the Cigar Enthusiast. I hope you understand now the difference between mold and Plume, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. With that being said, go follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dapper D Cigars, as well as shop DapperDCigars.com for all your cigar needs and wants at affordable prices. I'm Jack the Cigar Enthusiast. I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I hope you guys enjoy this segment. With that being said, I'm going.